From the campus of South Plains College, this is your TV10 News Update.
From the SPC-TV News Center, I'm Michaela Holmes.
And I'm Bailey C. And here is the latest news. This is final exam week at SPC, and that means graduation ceremonies happen this Friday in the Texan Dome. This year, there will be 2 ceremonies in order to accommodate large crowds. The first one is at 9:30 in the morning, and the second one is in the afternoon. The 2 ceremonies are not divided based on the alphabet this year. Instead, different groups of degrees will be awarded at each ceremony, so check the SPC website to make sure you know which ones you will attend. Keep in mind, registration for the fall semester is still underway. Contact your academic advisor to make sure you have your schedule worked out for the fall.
And a lot of students are scrambling to figure out their summer and fall class schedules. If you are someone who's still undecided about what to take, our Nicholas Coldiron is here to tell you about something you may not expect in your average English or sociology class.
In college, most students have some required textbooks to read. But for at least 2 classes here at South Plains College, the required textbooks will look like this. These are graphic novels. Dr. Roy Beard-White uses them to teach Introduction to Literature in the English department, while Assistant Professor Robert Wood uses them to teach Introduction to Sociology, with an emphasis on popular culture. While these instructors teach 2 different classes, they both agree on one thing. Comic books and graphic novels are a reflection of today's society.
It kind of leaks in from all over. I think, is it a reflect? I think it does reflect society, and then society reflects it back.
I think so. Which is one reason when they took that graphic novel, The Watchmen, and they made it into a movie, and they changed it. And everybody, oh my gosh, they changed it. They almost had to connect with a different audience. I mean, it's that constant re-evaluation.
Both instructors also agree that superheroes have changed drastically since the release of the original Action Comics #1 in 1938, which introduced Superman. Dr. Beard-White gives an example with another one of the world's most popular heroes.
Because, you know, we start and look at him in 1939. He ain't the same Batman. Okay, he's totally different.
But how are graphic novels taught in class? Woods gives a sample of his class by using the principles of sociology.
You would just apply the individual principles to specific events. Like if I wanted to look at the sociological concept of masculinity, well, in what ways is Batman masculine? Well, he's really tough and big and strong, and he doesn't talk about his feelings, and he simply beats the crap out of people, and he behaves in a violent manner. And all of those things are very masculine in the way that our society approaches masculinity. So it's just going to be on a case-by-case basis about what kind of term we're looking at and where we want to apply it.
Defining the term of what a comic is and what makes it, we spend several weeks just on that idea.
With graphic novels being used here at SPC, it is safe to say that having Batman as a teaching aid is a great thing for students. For SPC TV, I'm Nicholas Coldiron.
Turning now to national and regional news. 1,951 miles, that is the length of the United States border with Mexico. Back in February, President Donald Trump's executive orders called for hiring 5,000 more Border Patrol agents and 10,000 more Immigration and Custom Enforcement officers. The Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, or FLETC, is in Artesia, New Mexico. That's where new officers gear up for their new jobs. Officials at the training center recently gave one of our reporters, Eric Mitchell, a tour of the facility. For security reasons, he was limited in what video footage he could show. Here's what he brought back.
This is called pitting, which is one of the things that happens when your car gets hit in the back, right or left hand bumper, and it causes the car to fishtail. It's one of the things the recruits learn in training.
Security begins at the border. As a candidate, I pledge to take swift and decisive action to secure the border.
These kinds of messages from the president make it clear that border security is one of his priorities, and a new group of Border Patrol agents are born. Federal Law Enforcement Training Center is a shared training facility with 98 other federal agencies, which makes juggling classes a challenge.
The coordination aspect of keeping this small city running is pretty complicated for those the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, and so you never know what class they have in one particular section or different things that they do related to what's going on at any particular time.
The video you are seeing now is called a de-escalation simulation. The situation puts high stress on the agents to analyze the threat.
Over that way. Step over that way.
For what?
Step over
The
that
agent
way.
then must neutralize the situation to resolve it so no one gets hurt. In this case, the scenario went from a gun to a taser.
Other one. All right. Do not move unless I tell you. Taser, taser, taser!
Tell you, our number one mission is to stop terrorists from coming in this country. And every day someone out there wants to cause harm to the United States. I don't want another 9/11 to happen. I don't want people to die, innocent people to die, especially during my watch, during my mission that I take so very seriously.
In fact, according to a recent interview with President Trump, illegal immigration went down 64% last month.
We're conducting enforcement actions across the country to remove dangerous criminal aliens from our society.
According to training center officials, a new program is in the works, but with no set date available at this time for the start of the program. The new program states that it will increase the number of graduates and boost the number of patrol agents. For SPC-TV, I'm Eric Mitchell.
When we come back after the break, we'll find out if all this nice weather will last.
And in addition to graduation coming up later this week, it's also Mother's Day weekend. If your mom is ready to plant a garden, what kind of plant should you have in mind?
All that and more after the break. Stay with us.
Who was that guy?
I sure can't wait until the weekend.
Well, I can't wait until dinner. Did you know a glass of wine a day keeps the doctor away?
I thought that was an apple.
Same difference. I just wish we didn't get blamed for everything.
Yeah, it's not like we're the ones driving.
Those humans must not understand the word responsibly.
Well, maybe they need to make it larger on the bottles. By the way, you mentioned something about dinner. I'll meet you at the table at 7.
All right, it's a date.
Welcome back. It is currently about 68 degrees outside the Levelland Studios under partly cloudy skies. The temperature will continue to climb throughout the afternoon on its way to about 80 degrees. It'll be in the 80s throughout the state today with a high of 82 in Corpus Christi. It'll be a much warmer 87 degrees in El Paso. There's a chance of showers and thunderstorms later today, and tomorrow into tomorrow night showers and thunderstorms are likely. The chance of rain begins to taper off on Wednesday. And by Friday, it should be sunny with a high in the upper 70s, and the sun should continue into the start of the weekend. In sports, 6 SPC track and field athletes have signed commitments to 4-year schools. Head coach Eric Bonce introduced the students at a news conference in the Texan Dome on Friday.
All right, appreciate you joining us today for our, basically announcement of signing for 6 of our athletes here. Sorry, I can't count. 6 of our athletes here announcing where they're going to go and what they're going to do. This has been a good group. It's kind of exciting to have the kids that I started here with as freshmen now signing and moving on. So it's really, a good experience to see these kids go on and see where they're able to go. I'll go this way. We'll start.
The students will be heading to A&M, Kingsville, Houston, Baptist, East Carolina, New Mexico State, Mississippi State, and the University of Arkansas. A congratulations goes out to them.
And the season is not over for the South Plains College track and field teams as they get ready to hit the road and ramp up their outdoor season. The teams head to Hutchinson, Kansas, May 18th through the 20th for the NJCAA Outdoor National Championships. Right now, 41 men and 40 women from the Texans and Lady Texans have qualified for events at Nationals.
The SPC men's basketball team had a tremendous season this year. Unfortunately, they didn't meet their ultimate goal. Michaela Holmes caught up with some of the team members now that the final buzzer has sounded on the 2016-2017 season.
The South Plains College men's basketball team finished with an overall record of 32-2. Unfortunately, the men finished third at the National Junior College Athletic Association basketball tournament. One of the losses prevented the team from advancing to the national championship game. SPC Texans shooting guard Jordan Brangers has mixed feelings about the overall outcome of this basketball season.
It's been a bittersweet feeling, considering we finished third place, but our ultimate goal was to win the national championship, and we came up a little short. But since the season's ended, I've missed the guys, I've missed practicing every day, and it's been a good feeling.
The SPC Texans gained national attention as a result of being recognized by the New York Times and CBS Sports Radio. Branger says he was shocked with the amount of attention they've gotten this season.
I expected a little bit of publicity, but I didn't expect for us to, go really viral, especially for New York Times to come all the way down to Levelland, Texas and do an article on us. I thought that was amazing.
It's definitely affected recruitment for sure. Anytime you can get on a phone with a kid and text them a New York Times article or a Sports Illustrated, video interview with Coach Green, we've got a lot of publicity, so it really, really does help recruiting. Junior college is very tough to recruit because most people know all about the Division I and they're not interested in JUCO. But it really helps a lot, and it puts a target on our back as well.
Even though the team didn't finish the way it wanted to this season, Coach Bringman has incredibly high hopes for the future of the SPC Texans men's basketball team.
5 national championships. That would be the ideal thing. Obviously, I think we've already built a top 5 junior college program in the country. And I think just winning the national championship every year for the next 5 years would kind of solidify that. And we wouldn't be top 5, we'd probably be the best one.
For SPC-TV News, I'm Michaela Holmes. Even though basketball is over this season for the Texans and Lady Texans, the buzzer has not sounded yet for intramural sports here at SPC. Intramurals are recreational leagues and the tournaments are played for fun. What kind of intramural sports are available and who can play them? Our Bailey C tells you what you need to know.
I actually like flag football the most because I'm outside. I don't really like being indoors.
Theron, a sophomore at SPC, doesn't just play flag football. He plays other intramural sports too.
Play football, basketball, volleyball, play one semester of tennis, and that's about it.
We got tons of sports: flag football, volleyball, soccer, basketball, dodgeball as well. Play all kinds of different stuff throughout the year to get a lot of students involved.
How many students? Last year, Wimmer says there were 337 students that participated in intramural sports. This year, it is predicted to be over 400 students. Why are so many students playing intramural sports? Students say it's a great way to stay active and make friends. The Wreck-It app has really grown to let students get more involved with what is going on.
So a lot of students just download the app that's free. They can sign up with Facebook and have a team or join a team within like 5 seconds.
SPC intramural sports are growing every year with more and more students getting involved. If you are already thinking about the fall, you can take a look at the sports that are available for next year on the Wreck-It app. For SPC-TV News, I'm Bailey C. Some people like to play sports for fun. Other people might like spending their fun time digging in the dirt. It's that right time of the year to plant a garden, but before you get out your shovel and your gloves, our Alyssa Emerson offers some seeds of gardening wisdom.
This is the Lubbock Memorial Arboretum. It's been around for over half a century, and it's a great place to go when wondering what to plant.
One of the purposes of the arboretums is to plant trees, flowers, to see what will grow in this area. So if you come to the Arboretum, what you see, you should be able to plant in your yard and have it thrive.
What are some good tips to keep in mind when someone wants to start their own garden?
It's really one of those things that you almost have to get out there and practice a couple times, and things are going to die, and that's okay.
Kristen Bingham, an assistant professor in the biology department here at SPC, tells us how the greenhouse is used to teach students.
So we've got, the horticulture greenhouses, which are used a lot to propagate materials that are going to be planted on the grounds here. And then the greenhouses we have here in the biology department, those are used for students to grow plants and cuttings and things like that and learn propagation.
So how does one know what to plant in their own yard in this area this time of year?
The Lubbock Master Gardeners Association has a website, and they publish lists of plants that do really well in our region.
That website is lubbockmastergardeners.org.
I just encourage everybody, buy you a little geranium, buy you a sweet potato vine, grow it, see what happens, and if it doesn't work, try again. A good place to start is just watching where you're going to plant the flowers and seeing, okay, what is this environment like? It's learning, what's going to do well in my location and in my place.
From SPC-TV News, I'm Alyssa Emerson.
And finally today, music is a popular major here at South Plains College. Students can learn to play different types of music, everything from country to rock. One of the popular music ensembles here at SPC is called Thursday Night Live, or TNL. Our Dawn Einhaus caught up with the group at a recent practice.
These 5 students make up TNL this spring. Who is in the group changes each semester.
I had no idea that I was good enough to be in TNL, so I didn't even circle TNL. I only circled touring on the audition sheet, because on the audition sheet it has a list of different bands you can join, and there's TNL on there, but I was like, I gotta get better before I can do that.
But lead guitarist Hayden Spears was good enough to join the group. Thursday Night Live has been around for more than 20 years now.
TNL is Thursday Night Live. We are a variety show. Started about 22 years ago. We try to encompass all of the genres across the board. We usually pick a theme and go with it, trying to use pop, rock, R&B, anything, country, bluegrass, whatever.
Each semester, the group has at least 2 major performances.
So we put up posters around the school. We also have a Creative Arts Facebook, and then we send out emails to everybody around, or to like all at SPC type things. Mainly it's our Facebook. We'll create an event and invite everybody to it, and really kind of up the promotion on that stuff.
What does a student benefit from performing in TNL?
It's taught me a lot about being musically better than I was. I mean, you have to be pretty talented to be in TNL. I mean, it's because it's a very well put on variety show.
During final exams week, TNL has several performances. They all happen in the Tom T. Hall Creative Arts Building. For more information about performance times, contact Allie Huffstetler in Creative Arts. For SPC-TV News, I'm Dalton Einhaus.
That is the latest news from South Plains College.
Thanks for joining us.